WMAL.
Now, Washington Mornings on the Mall. 105.9 FM. And AM 630. WMAL.
Morning, 7:37. The applause you hear is from the crowd that has gathered at the Virginian restaurant in Vienna as we are having our Swing State Roadshow Friday. We'll be on the road every Friday between now and the election as we go to the swingiest of the swing states, Virginia. It's Brian Wilson today with Mary Catherine Ham. Very happy to have the former governor of Virginia, Jim Gilmore, with us. Mary Catherine, you take the first question.
Well, that applause, first of all, was for the governor.
That's right.
Now, who I can see fighting his urge to go out and work this breakfast crowd.
Oh, I'll get around to that.
So, Governor, you know what it takes to win in Virginia. You've seen a lot of elections in Virginia. What are some of the top things you're looking for in these closing weeks to give you a clue about what's going on?
Well, I think the American people, and Virginians in particular, have kind of made up their minds. I think they've decided that it's time for a change, that things aren't going as well as they should go. They had been promised that things were going to get a lot better. They haven't been better. People are worried about their relatives that don't have jobs. People themselves don't have jobs. Their kids are coming out of school, and they can't get employment. You know, the thing about America is that it renews itself every year. When young people come out of high school and come out of colleges and they're looking for a job and they're looking for a chance they're excited and starting their careers, and there isn't anything. And I think people know that it's time for a change. You know, they know that we're ready to change the status quo. You know what Ronald Reagan said about the status quo, right?
What's
he said that's Latin for the mess we're in, right? And wait a minute, just a minute. Hey, everybody out there, did anybody get their car tax cut this year? Did anybody? No? Okay, all right, go ahead.
I'm looking for that.
Let me ask you a question, though, about you were talking beforehand about the process that voters, not only here but around the country, are going through when it comes to Mitt Romney, making decisions with Mitt Romney, and going, as you say, with the status quo.
Right.
What is that?
Well, again, I think that people, particularly here in the closing days of the campaign over the last 2 or 3 weeks and going into the actual election, are saying who really is intent on making a change here and trying to make things better. And I think they're seeing that Mitt Romney has got a plan, that he knows what he wants to do, that he has articulated it, and the president seems to be saying, you know, just hang in there and things will get better, but he doesn't have any affirmative plan to make things better. I think you got to do something to take decisive action here in order to get the economy better. And you can do some things, and Romney's proposed that, and people know that.
Well, you know very well how the ground game needs to work in the Commonwealth of Virginia to win. Now, in the last election cycle, I was working for the Fox News Channel, and I was out here running around all over the state of Virginia trying to get a sense of where things were. The thing that impressed me most at that time was that the president, now president, then Senator Obama, had a tremendous ground game. And I get the impression that Virginian members of the GOP have sort of decided we sort of got our butts kicked last time and we've got to do better.
Yeah, I don't see quite the ground game, which means for Obama, which means that the enthusiasm's not quite there. And yet I do think that the Republicans are pretty enthusiastic about electing their guy this time. So I think there's a difference in that. And you know what? I'm talking right now to people in the Northern Virginia area here on WMAL, and you know, the sense of things is that everybody sort of expects that Northern Virginia is going to vote heavily for the president in this election.
Is that right?
My experience is that the concerns of the people of Northern Virginia are the same concerns that people have everywhere. In Southside Virginia, in Richmond, even in Maryland and other places, everybody is concerned about the same things, and that is getting the country going again and creating some sense of forward-looking excitement and optimism. And we're not seeing that right now out of these past 4 years. I think the place where Romney really struck him was when in the debate, he said, well, you just haven't done anything over the last 4 years. We haven't gotten the results we expected. What are you going to do? And there really was no answer to that question, whereas Romney is really offering a decisive direction.
When we have the sequestration issue, does that add to Romney's potential to do well in Northern Virginia, do you think?
Oh, yeah. I think it does, because people, I think, are expecting the president to provide decisive leadership on trying to solve this kind of problem. It's clear that sequestration means that they may very well cut the federal budget sort of indiscriminately in order to try to get the debt under control. But that has a direct impact, particularly in the community here in Northern Virginia. I serve on the board of CACI International, CACI, and, we're watching it all the time. and because it has a direct impact on not only the company but the people who work for the company, people who have jobs and go to work every day. So we're watching this, and everybody is, because it's going to have a direct bearing, particularly in the Northern Virginia community with all these great firms.
As I said, the polls right now are very tight in the Commonwealth of Virginia. If you look at the Real Clear Politics average of polls, Obama leads in the state by less than a point, 0.8. And the last few polls have shown a trend toward Mitt Romney, and we may well see as more polls come out that there is some momentum for Mitt Romney. But if he gets a point or two ahead, you still have another problem. Virgil Good.
Oh, well. I know Virgil. I've worked with Virgil, and, Virgil's no JFK. I don't know, other than I think some votes down there in the community where he is known.
But if you get 1 or 2% for Virgil Good out of those people who say, and there are these people, I'm right about this, there are those people who say, a pox on both of your houses, I'm just going to vote a protest vote.
It could happen, it could happen. But I think you're going to see Virginia go by more than that small margin, one way or the other, in this race. And look, the objective things are very serious. Everybody kind of gets this. You can almost set your clock by growth in the United States of America. It grows at 3.2% growth, and that means exciting new job opportunities and new innovations that are going on. What we're doing now is we're growing at less than 2%. Now, I understand statistics. You all got that, right? Statistics, it's 47.2% of all statistics are made up right on the very spot. You say. But this is real. This is real, okay? And that is that people know that we don't have an exciting, growing, innovative economy. And they expect that. That's what Americans expect. And that's what I think maybe is kind of turning the difference in this campaign.
Well, I can give you another statistic. I can give you a 100% chance that you can get some bacon here in just a moment. Former Governor Jim Gilmore, thank you so much for joining us here on this.